Hello everybody, this is Sara, psychic medium, and this is the psychic astrology horoscopes insight and guidance for the week of the 16th to the 22nd of November 2020. Let's kick everything off with Aries. So Aries, let's looking at love, work and money. Now, money may be a little bit stressful this week, or you may be trying to make ends meet with something or other, but I do see you getting control, and I do see a really positive energy. This is about focus on, they're saying, look at money well spent this week. Look at what you invested in that worked for you, and use that power of, where your intentions for that particular expense or investment to put into your life now, okay? This isn't like, oh, I bought a really big car, so I need to go and buy another one, and that worked out really well. No, it's like that would have cost a lot, but it was a good investment because maybe at the time you thought about it, what it was for. It had practical needs, it had spiritual needs, it was great for many, many things. And okay, it was a bit of a higher price, but it lasted longer, okay? So, and you bought it at the right time. When did you do it? Look at all the details, because I feel like an issue that you want to get control of is connected to, can be overcome or helped by doing that, is looking at what is good investments and what have been less good investments. Stressing about it is not going to sort something out. I do see some of you worrying about some kind of news coming. Is this going to work out? I do feel like it will, okay? I really do. If there's a legal situation coming on and something's going to be paid out, I do see the balance coming. It may not be as much as you wanted, all right? I'm getting the number 50. For some people, it could be 50,000. You're waiting for 500 grand. Or maybe that's what's coming, or it's 50,000 less than you thought, but it will be enough and it will put things back in balance. Sometimes I'm not saying that we undervalue ourselves, okay, as in we looking higher because we think, no, I'm worth more than that. Sometimes we get what we're given because it's enough for what we need to do to move on and be free. Okay, so just be aware of that. Now, work-wise, I do see a chance being taken. Maybe this is a chance. I'm seeing some people putting their CV forwards for a promotion or going for a job maybe they haven't done before. You may not have considered this in your plans before, but I feel like this week is the good week to put it forwards. I think you're going to be heard. There's somebody that hasn't been listening to you, which will listen to you this week. So if your instincts tell you to do it, just do it. I mean, there's nothing to be lost. Okay, if they don't listen to you again, then there was nothing to be lost anyway. It's the same as it was, okay? So don't look at the worst. Look at what you could gain all the time, especially around work. And there could be an opportunity to just put in your hands this week. Okay, it's something you've not done before. That's what I'm feeling. It's something different. It's maybe where you feel like it's out of your jurisdiction. It's like, oh, I wouldn't do that because that's someone else's thing. But actually, you've got the skills to do it. And that's why you're being given that offer. Listen to your heart in work. If you feel that something isn't right for you, maybe it's time to change. This is new moon energy. This is a time to change and do the things that we want to do. So don't ignore that, okay? Be loyal to yourself. I do see loyalty and support around you if you make a major decision to move away from something which could seem like a risk or a big chance, all right? I do feel if it's for your heart self and it's what's right, that it will work out for you. There's a lot of inspiration around you, and I feel like lots of ideas running around work. If you're in management, you might suddenly think, yeah, let's change things up. This isn't something I've normally done, that has normally worked, but let's do it. And you feel it really strongly, and it's going to make you happy, and it's going to make the whole workplace happy. Go for it. I feel like negativity is not the key right now, or push it. You need to get rid of all that worry and stress and the worst case scenario. Look at the best case scenario this week, okay? Just completely change it around. Now, relationship, I'm seeing a massive shift. You could be looking at moving home this week, moving in with somebody, but I do see doubts around some people, whether it's the right time. This could be because finally it's happening. I do see more focus and more and easier communication with people. So if you do have doubts, do talk about it. The temptation to move too fast, again, it could be that you are moving too fast and you need to slow down a bit. Again, listen talk to the person, decide what you want to do. I think for some of you, it's time to move on. It's time to move out. It's time to just move in together. There's lots of different scenarios here. I do think it's about positivity, though. I'm not seeing sadness here. I'm not seeing massive breakups. This is more about going down a more positive, being happier, finding a happier space. So if moving away is the best thing, then so be it. But there's a goal here. There's something you both want to reach. And I feel like you're going to come to some kind of agreement this week. So if you've been at loggerheads, you're going to find a way forwards together. And somehow there will be a major shift. And it could involve a house move. Hello, Taurus. So there's more growth here this week for money situations. There's an increase definitely from somewhere. There could be a sudden gift or interest being paid back or just some kind of win. It could just be that there's an increase in your money situation in general. I do get the feeling that something is going to be paid back or something's going to be paid in. You could just sell something and you get a really good price for it. But I do feel like there's an input, maybe a bonus of some kind, which sort of lifts the balance a little bit. But this is from growth. This is from what you've put in. I feel this is what's coming back. So some new leaves are starting to form. So again, interest might be bigger, you could have just built up some savings, the interest has come on, it was worth doing. It's something that you did and maybe it was tried and tested, but you kept at it and it has started to bear fruit. Okay, so this is a good week for that. I feel like this is going to give you some independence. It's going to give you an opportunity to step out on your own, to go forwards with an idea, maybe to start a project that you've wanted to do. Maybe it's just a solo project or something that you'd like to pursue. Maybe you want to invest in something yourself to bring back some balance in your own life. So this is about you on a personal level. I feel whatever is coming in, it's coming in as a gift for you. Okay, it's like a birthday gift was never given to you at the beginning of the year, and something has been held back for you. Again, some interest that's been growing or some dividends of some kind, but it's for you. It's something that is going to help you find some peace of mind as well, so that you can finally get on with something yourself. You could have been working in a job thinking, I really want to get on with this job, this other thing, this project, but I haven't got the money to do it. I just need some time, a week off or some extra cash so I could take some time off and then I can pursue what I want to do. So that's really exciting. Again, around work, I'm seeing money as well. So there could be somebody, I'm seeing someone handing someone like a little pay pack or a check and saying, oh, this is, by the way, this is what you owed for that last job. There was some extra. Somebody didn't pay it straight away, but it's come through now. And it will be a surprise. But I feel like in work, you're really kind of resurrecting, you're rising like the phoenix. You're really starting to feel your power. This is an exciting time for you, Taurus, and this is a sense of rebirth all round. So this is going to be a great work week for you, and I'm seeing you finding some real balance and harmony among people around you in work, employees, employers, or just people you work with, or your clients. It just feels more harmonious this week, and I feel you can put the sad times behind you because you're rising up above it. You're not letting it get to you, and whatever is coming to you is like a gift. It's going to help you. Now in relationships, it's going to be a lovely surprise as well. Somebody could enter into your life and show you the love that you've been missing. It could be that somebody gives you a wonderful gift as well to say thank you, or they give you a wonderful compliment or tell you how they feel. Again, this sense that you've been feeling quite low, or somebody around you's been feeling low, and suddenly this is changing. The person around you could be becoming more inspired, more creative, which is lifting your spirits, or that you feel more inspired. There's definitely a phone call or some kind of communication linked to this, which is going to help bring in some more inspiration around your love situation. So it could be somebody making contact somebody who's on the same wavelength as you, or somebody that you haven't heard from ages because they've been really feeling low and suddenly they're just full of, the connection's really strong again. You feel some excitement. There's definitely abundance here. Again, this ray of sunshine that is coming in over everything else that is negative, with the world that is still, the stuff that's still going on. It feels like everything is lifted in your personal world and you can actually enjoy a relationship. And maybe, if you've been single or you've been separated from somebody because of what's been going on, there could be a way forwards from this week that you suddenly find a way that you can make this work, or, you just feel more motivated to do so. So amazing week. I think this is going to be a great week for everybody. Okay, Gemini, so let's have a look at your money, your work and your love life. Money wise, I feel there's something that you might want to spend or invest in around the home. Be very careful, because I feel like this isn't the best option this week. Hold off, there's going to be a better time. This could be because you're bored or you've been taking time off and you're thinking, I need to do something, so let's, or maybe you want to get back to work, so you're kind of looking for things to do and you're spending more than you need to. Just be aware of that. I feel like change for the sake of change isn't the best option. The other thing could be that you're doing this because you are tired and you actually need some time off. This is a sign this week. Okay, I talked about this in the main reading about going with the flow and watching, kind of being tempted into things because you're tired or on a wobble, right? And I feel like this is very clear for you, Geminis, that you really you're being shown signs of what you really want, and you're being shown what you're avoiding. So if you suddenly think, right, I'm just going to go and spend all this, I'm going to move house, or this, and you suddenly have this, and this is kind of a Gemini thing. It's like, well, I'll do this then. This is going to be the thing, off I go, everything's going to be wonderful. It's like, it's kind of spur of the moment, and it's because you aren't happy in something or you're not pursuing your dream, all right? But don't try and force the dream. If something is still and you just need to rest. Maybe this is about just being still with yourself this week, because I feel like this isn't about effort. You may just feel you don't feel comfortable with having time off, and you think, well, I better do something, and what you end up doing is then painting the whole house a really gross colour, or putting up some awful wallpaper, and then realising I didn't really want to do that, I was just bored, I just felt I had to, and now no one likes it because you put too much effort in. You didn't need to, and that there was something else better you could have focused your energies on. Okay, look at your dreams this week. Look at where you can spend your money better. Don't just suddenly buy a new carpet or a new sofa because you're feeling unhappy or in a wobble. All right, you just suddenly think, right, because that's an offer, I've got to go and shift houses. This is very Mercury retrograde kind of energy, actually. Even though Mercury's now gone direct, it's still in that shadow phase. So just watch that, okay? Invest in the right way. This could be also to do with somebody wanting you to sell your house or offering you something, and you're so wanting to move quickly that you're likely to take the first offer. Don't. All right? Because there's something better. That is the biggest message this week. You can get more for your money. Now, around work, I do see more abundance, but it could be you're struggling to be the leader. Okay, you're being pushed to be the leader. You're being pushed to be your tiger, to stand up for yourself this week. Okay, so you might find that, again, the signs around you are pushing you to trust yourself a little bit and just say what you think. It doesn't mean do it in a negative way, but just be your truth. And if you keep finding things coming at you and you're going, oh, I really want to say that, but I don't know what to say, or maybe you're holding back from, again, putting an offer to somebody, selling something, or maybe, there's someone important you could talk to help you up your game in your work situation, and it's becoming a struggle, and you're kind of being pushed into a corner all the time, and you keep going, no, I'm not ready, I'm not confident enough. They're saying, do it, be your tiger, Do what's positive. If you're finding things difficult at work, or something isn't enjoyable, or the sales aren't coming in, even if you work for yourself, or you're not getting that job and you keep going for the same kind of thing, it's a sign to change. It's because you're not doing what makes you happy. Think about what makes you happy. And this is, again, I think for you this week, it's going to be a really big sign of avoidance, that you're being shown very clearly what is draining you, what is holding you back. It's almost a struggle. And if you're dealing with that and those challenges, and everyone's arguing, or everyone's at you, or you're being pushed into situations you don't like, it's because you're being pushed into a direction to face something, or you're being asked to walk away. You're being very stubborn. That's what it's showing. But you can turn things around this week, okay? This is about positivity. In relationships, I'm seeing a sense of detachment needed with some people. There's someone who's a drain on you. I'm sure this has come up in other readings. I'm pretty certain there's somebody that causes you to feel unhappy because they're a drain on your energy. You don't even know it. They get into your head. They get to you mentally, and they're saying this is time to detach. Again, listen to your heart. You're obviously being drawn in because whatever they do, they pull you in with what they say. They get into your mind. They play with your head. They say all the right things. So suddenly you either feel guilty or just feel beholden. There's something that drains you. You'll feel it when they walk away, all right? But they're doing your head in. So it could be that you're mentally all over the place. You're tired. So then you're going to be drawn into doing things you don't want to do. Maybe that's to do with the investment. They want to get you to invest in something. It's someone close to you. Love and relationships is connected to family and love. So this could be somebody that you've been going out with, that you just keep, is a really good salesman. That's what I'm seeing. It's someone that knows how to sell. They know exactly what to say. They know how to get into your mind and turn your head around. They get underneath your skin, all right? So this could be anybody, family, friends, or love relationships, all right? Someone close to you. Look at where things grow. Look in your life at what has worked. What is beneficial to you. If you start feeling you've got a bit of a mind zap, step back from it. Go and be creative, detach, go and do something that makes you happy, because that will get you back into the right energy. Watch it. I really feel like you're going to see it this week. You're going to see exactly who's doing it, and it could be somebody that you wouldn't think. Or you think you've got control over them, but they still manage to do it, and you watch this pattern happening. So this is about you taking leadership, guys. So you're going to be shown really clearly this week. Hello, Cancer. So new perspective for you guys. 2 new perspectives. I feel like a double whammy of new perspective where money is concerned. It's about how you focus your energies on how to make money, how to grow your money, and what money means to you. This could be to do with your relationship with money, how you see it. Maybe you think money is the root of all evil, or you don't like people with money, so you detract from money. There's some kind of doubt here. Maybe you question whether you're any good. This is to do with self-worth as well. It's all linked together, remember. Money issues, abundance is all linked with love, work, every area of your life. This is about, again, where you place your efforts. And I think this is going to be a message for every sign this week, is where are you putting your focus? Your mindset needs change this week. I feel like it's about understanding what matches you, understanding the disagreement you have with yourself. I swear, you questioning yourself. This is peacock time. This is time to open up, to transform, to show your beautiful colours, to stand strong, to be successful. And I feel like what you think is going to be successful on a money in monetary terms is not what you've been looking at. It needed a whole new perspective. Maybe you've just thought, well, if I won the lottery, everything's going to be all right. And in your head, all you're thinking about is that's the answer. But if that's the answer, you're going to be playing it. You could be playing it forever. It doesn't mean you're going to win it because you're focusing on winning it, because you're not really manifesting it. You're just saying, well, if I win the lottery, everything's going to be all right. Well, actually, if you do what you love and you start focusing on, growing some investments or planting some new seeds and putting them out there in your life and being happy, the money could come that you've been putting into that lottery ticket. Do you see what I mean? So every 250 or euro or pound or dollar that you put in buying a ticket, although yes, there's an opportunity to win, if you don't believe you're going to win it, but you think that's the answer, it's like saying, if I give up smoking, then my life will be better. You know, if I'm with that person, my whole life's going to be fulfilled. It's like it's a very limited viewpoint, and that's what Spirit's saying, is look at your view, look at how you view money and how you view making it, because I think there's almost too much effort in one direction, and it needs to be less limited. There needs to be a more grounded approach, and I feel like there's something that has to be cleared this week, and you are going to be awakened to it, about how you've kind of got these almost questionable viewpoints. It's like part of you thinks one way and the other part's the other way, so you're just not really connecting, you're not working in the right way, you're not allowing that energy to flow in the right way. Now, work-wise, I'm seeing an issue here. It's a big test this week, again, about how you view something. Maybe you're suddenly realising, oh my God, all I thought was, if I've got to look on the internet to get a job, because that's the only way forwards. That's the only way I'm going to find a job, when actually I could create my own work. Oh, I haven't even looked at my skills, but all I've done is thought, well, I've got to wait for a job to come up, then I'll get paid. Well, actually, I could create my own work. I'm not even looking at it that way. So again, we've got this kind of battle that's been going on, because it is the test of, what are your skills? How best can you utilise what you have and put that forward? What do you have that is amazing? An amazing quality that could be put to some kind of use or interest that you have, that you hadn't even considered, because it's so easy and it's so natural in you. But you've been waiting for the people to call to offer you this well-paid job when you could have been earning the whole time. Okay? It's very much like, I remember a long time ago when I'd been working as a psychic and an energy worker, and then I stopped. And I was doing other work and I was putting all my energy into it, and I didn't really realise that actually I could have been utilising what I had in a different way, and suddenly I thought, well, I've got that, why aren't I using it? And it's just there as a skill, so why not put it out there? Even if you get 1 or 2 jobs, it's better than sitting on your ass, so consider that. There's a lot of doubt. I feel like you've clouded yourself. You've created a fog in a way, and something is going to come up this week, something which could be really lucrative, and I do see a change of pattern. But a change is needed. Definitely around your work situation. There is an opportunity, could be really valuable to you, but it's using your skills, and you will be tested to see that. I'm seeing 2 opportunities opening up, all right? But be aware of temptation. That's all I'm going to say, is listen to what you want, not what is being, dangled in front of you. And I mean I'm talking about the poisoned apple, not the carrot, all right? Because the carrot can be a good thing, but the poisoned apple isn't. Okay, so think about what you fall into, what traps you fall into when things are offered to you, because you're feeling a bit like, oh yeah, well, I need to feel good, so I'm going to go on the lottery and spend my last $250, when actually I could have bought some printing paper or some ink, and I could have, sent a letter to this person to let them know what I'm capable of, or taking some personal action. If that's all you've got left, then invest what you've got left into the right things, especially around work, okay? So you could be having issues around work where you're not using your skills properly, and somehow you haven't been enjoying the job because you haven't realised that you've just done, because it's just a job, but you're starting to lose the love of it, okay? But you feel like the money is holding you in. But you are being tested, all right? So if things are a bit uncomfortable this week, it's because of that, all right? So you may go for a bit of a wobble, but it is opening up to a new perspective. Relationship-wise, I'm seeing a lot of fulfillment. There's some real revelations coming in your relationships, and I do see a breakthrough coming as well, where something has been quite negative for a while. Suddenly it turns out really, really well. So maybe you thought you weren't going to connect with somebody, and then they come through after all, or you've had a bit of a tough patch, and suddenly it all starts getting very real and amazing, and you realize where you are in this relationship, and that is going to be fulfilling after all. There's definitely new beginnings here as well. So anybody that's single, I feel like, the waiting, or the stillness has been worth it, that something good is going to come out of it, and through that time you've been learning about yourself and what's been good for you. So the heart is ready this week, okay? Let go of your stubbornness. Just allow for these new perspectives to come in, and when you start to doubt with things, start looking at, realize this is you creating so much of this, that this is about being free, about being limitless, and starting to kind of get yourself in a better standing and looking at what actions you take and what comes from those actions. Okay. And you can start taking some positive steps from today. Hello, Leo. Nearly said Virgo then, but this is Leo now. I feel like there's something that could be paid back this week. There's definitely value getting higher this week for things that you put in. Something you've been doubting is going to pay off. Okay, so you may have questioned whether someone's going to pay you back something, or you're going to get something, get some payment, or get paid for a situation, just questioning. And I just feel that it's going to be good. I think you could get a bonus this week. You're definitely on the up where money is concerned. Just stay in the flow. Okay, so even if you are doubting, you may come into this week thinking, oh well, it's not really happening, I'm on a really low, I'm really on a low income and it's just not coming in. Well, I do feel that there is going to be a shift for you. Okay, something is coming to an end. Okay, this is definitely by Wednesday, Thursday, you're going to feel something ending, where your money concerns are, and a change and something rebirthing again. There's a new beginning. It could be a job offer, because I'm seeing around your work situation a shift. Could mean a new house. Maybe you're moving house and that suddenly the work starts things start working out for you and there's more money, because I'm seeing more money in your work situation. I'm also seeing promotion. So maybe you get an offer of promotion and that means moving house, or it's just a shift of work in general, physical shift that you're taking. Something you've definitely been stressing about, but I feel like it's going to come through. Okay, there's a lot of strength around stepping up this week. It's like if you step up, if you put yourself forwards, if you kind of look to the best, especially around work, and you kind of alter your perspective and think, okay, well, maybe I've been looking at a lower ranking where actually I could do so much more. Maybe you've been focusing on less, or focusing on loss, where actually an ending could bring a much better beginning. Maybe you've hated your job the whole time and you've been worrying about it ending, but actually the ending gives you much more opportunity to start something new, because when you haven't got anything, you have to find something, right? You want to fill the pot. This is a new journey starting. It's a more spiritual energy around money and work for you this week. Okay, and I feel like you're going to be more inspired to focus on a higher level. It's almost like you're looking for something with meaning. You want to make your money work for you. You want your job to mean something to you. You want to help people. I'm getting this real humanitarian feel of like, what's the point of this? Why am I been doing this job the whole time when it's not really giving anything to anybody? It's just literally mundane. It could be the highest job going. You could be at the highest ranking, but there's just nothing coming back for you in your heart. And I think this is a wake-up call for everybody this week, in this respect, is realising what has been causing us the block in our flow and what has been causing us to doubt. And for you particularly, there's been stress around so many things, and it's time now to make that shift. And I feel like this week, this new perspective's coming in. Even around relationships, it's like, what's good for me? Why have I been doubting this? And there's a sudden breakthrough for you in love. You're suddenly going to see either what's been missing or what you've been focusing on in maybe the less best way. And actually, if you were to take more control of a matter and take things into your own hands and realise that you have got a choice, things would change. Maybe you're going to step up and say something this week to somebody that you haven't before, and you surprise yourself, and suddenly you are back in the driver's seat. Something has been causing a wobbly in you in your whole life. And I think it's possibly, obviously what's been going on. We are often affected by the financial issues of the world because it's our security in our heads, When everything becomes uncertain in the world, we don't know what our future holds. So everything can be affected, relationships, everything, because we start worrying and doubting. And I think that you're starting to realise this week what is important. There's some temptation around your health matters. Be aware of your health this week, your well-being. And I think you're going to be aware of what you do when you're feeling on a wobble, when you're feeling doubtful, the things you go towards that aren't really helpful. I mean, some people go to the gym or go for a walk to feel better, but some people pick up a cigarette or go for a drink or eat cake. It's like, what do you do that isn't good for you? I think that if you feel tempted down the wrong road in even this week, relationship wise, is work on your general well-being. It could be that a cause of an argument or a cause of a distance with somebody is because you've been questioning, because you haven't been looking after yourself. And what you put in your body is expressed outwardly as well. And it can cause you to feel really, really unsettled. And that has an effect on everyone around you. So this is a great week for seeing clearly what needs to shift. And I feel like taking things a step up, taking your whole life a step up. And I just feel like you've got an opportunity to really create some value in your life this week. Hello, Virgo. Now, money is very connected to your relationships and love situations this week, okay? If you are positive in your relationships, your money will go up, okay? Now, this is very, very typical. It's very clear, well, it is a fact with abundance that when everything is flowing in your life, then everything flows. It's all connected. If you have a low value relationship or you are surrounded by low value relationships, then your money and your assets will become less valuable. Okay, it has a knock-on effect. You might find that your work isn't working out, that you're constantly paying debt, that kind of thing. Well, if you're in debt to your relationships and you're in debt to, constantly to people, or you're always on that lower ranking, on the bottom of that ladder, or you always place yourself around people with low energy, then everything's going to be the same. So what Spirit is saying is focus on the people around you, because that is what is having effect on your purse strings. All right. It could be that somebody is treating you with lack of respect, that you have a customer that doesn't want to pay you as much or is asking for a big discount, because even though they have lots of money, they are a low energy. They're not a good, high quality client to have, okay? So have a look at your relationships. It's really, really important. I feel this is a turnaround this week. You can turn around your mood and your purse strings by who you spend time with. Be around people that are loyal, but the first port of call is yourself. If you give yourself value, you will gain a better value in everything that you do. Now in work, I'm seeing a choice to be made. Two things that you feel very emotionally attached to. It could be that an opportunity comes in and you have to choose between a partner and your work because they don't want you to move away, or because they don't want you to do that kind of job. Or they're saying, well, if you do that job, then we're over. Well, if someone's saying that, then they're not a high value in your life anyway, because they obviously don't love you enough to let you follow your own path, all right? So consider that. It could be there's two jobs on offer and you can't do both and you really love them both. So there's going to be a little bit of decision making this week where work is concerned. Be patient with yourself though. Don't feel like you have to rush everything. I think your instincts are going to tell you exactly which way to go. So do listen to that. Sometimes you don't have to spend a long time analysing, but I feel like you want to, because maybe you feel devoted to somebody on an emotional level, or a job you're questioning because it's coming through a friend or someone you care about and you don't want to let them down, but actually you want the other one because that's more your passion. Listen to what is good for you, not what is good for everybody else, because when something is good for you, it's going to be better for everybody else. Okay, because you're going to be expressing yourself better, you're going to be happier, so relationships are going to be better. Exactly what I was saying. There's a new beginning coming with work, and it's something that you've wanted. I feel like the wish is on the horizon, so this is so, so important. Listen to what your dreams are. Go for your dreams this week. This is going to eliminate stress. You've got such a powerful energy around you this week to make a change, to push things forwards. And I feel like things could move very, very fast for you if you allow them. Now, there's a lot of jealousy around relationships and love here. You could be in a position where people are kind of putting you down or talk you out of something. Again, somebody's going, well, I don't think you should do that job because you've been with me forever and I can offer you a promotion. Okay, I haven't for the last 5 years, but, it's on the horizon. You feel really pulled by that. because it's somebody you care about, it's someone, you know, near you, but really they're just jealous of you. They don't want you to go off and do something. Be aware of that green-eyed monster that is going on. It could be you that's jealous this week of somebody else, all right, to round your love relationships. Why? Ask yourself why you're feeling that way. Why are you focusing on what someone else has when you could be looking at what you have? Okay, again, this could be causing you that distress or sadness in a relationship. It could be that, you know, that's affecting your value, your self-respect, your self-worth. All right? So it could be that someone else is down, but they're really just, they're being down on purpose to try and pull you backwards. All right, just be aware of all these things. There's so much about value this week for everybody. And this is your turning point. This is a time you can really transform out of the doldrums, or you can transform somebody else out of it by sticking to your guns. They may not look like they're going to change, but I do feel they will. Watch that temptation. I think you're going to see this in detail this week. I think something is going to wake you up, and you're going to start seeing more choices, more opportunities, more than one option. Again, I said this with other signs. It doesn't have to be that one or that one. It can be something else. You don't have to just focus on those two options. Why not go somewhere else? Why not look at something alternative to that? There is a risk, I feel, or a chance being taken around love this week. Maybe it's a chance on somebody. Maybe I feel this is more about taking a chance on yourself. Putting your needs first and stop doubting, because something is clouding your judgment, or somebody, and I think it's because they're jealous of you. And it could be someone that you would never expect. And I know when I talk to people, you know, do readings for people, and they say, oh, well, why would anyone be jealous of me? It's because you don't see your own value. But when you start seeing your own value, you'll realise that, okay? So such an important week for you, Virgos. This is about choosing what you love. Really going for the dream this week and not letting anything stop you, because you've got the luck on your side. And the loyalty will come in where it's important, where it's necessary. But the first port of call is yourself. Libra, hello. So we've got extra cash this week, something trickling in. It might be a little bit slow. It may be coming from, I'm not going to say a negative source, but something that maybe you never really thought was a good thing. But I feel like it's paying off. So it could be that something that was really hard work is suddenly coming to fruition, and it's trickling in. So I feel like it's coming in as you need it. You know, it's like turning on a tap. You know, as you want some extra for something to eat or go out or do something, or you need some kind of investment, it comes in this little bit or enough that you need. I don't know why it doesn't feel like it's being held off. It's showing you how things flow. Now, I didn't yet mention the word from something negative. I feel like maybe you're doing some kind of work, or you're doing something to earn some money, which is being a bit of a challenge. And it's kind of, again, it's trickling in as you need it, but you want that great big thing. The answer to this is being more confident. I feel like Spirit is saying, put your prices up, value yourself higher. This has been a message for many, many signs this week already, about value, about assessing what you're worth, and not being afraid to step forwards. And I feel like, you know, when you step into your confidence, you start finding things are flowing a lot better. They're going to feel much more secure this week. I do sense that you will do. Something is going to make you realise. It's like a little wake-up call. It's not a massive one. It's just like waking up in the morning going, okay, the sun's shining. Okay, I'm going to do it this way. You know, it's kind of natural. It's a natural development. But you'll kind of realise that you can turn that tap on fully. You've just got to do one thing or another, and it's possibly just the way you've been thinking about something, or you've been viewing it. Less effort is needed around your work situations. I think you're putting in too much work where you're not allowing something to develop naturally. You know, you've done the work. They're saying you've filled out 20 forms. You've messaged this person over and over again. It's time now to just sit back a little bit. I'm getting a sense of sadness around a situation, but I think it's because you've not got the information that you're not getting back. People aren't getting back to you. Maybe, you know, you have been going at things too much. You've been trying too hard in one area, and Spirit is saying, look, it's just not time yet. Just relax a little bit, you know. The information is coming. This cycle that you've been on is coming to an end this week, all right? I feel about Thursday, Friday time, you're going to really sense that. Your mindset needs to change, okay, in order to lift your vibration. Again, this is about realizing that the tap is trickling, but you've got the ability to turn that on, to turn things around if you want to, and it's just from a perspective point of view. It's about not focusing on the wrong things, on the things that aren't going to give you anything back. There's no point sending 50 emails. One of them's going to get there. If it's not getting there, it will bounce back, okay? If it's not coming back, maybe it's just not for you. So if you've sent 50, just stop now, okay? I do see something coming back to you from around May time or connected to May time. Get somebody maybe get in touch with you about work, and it is positive, all right? It could be something you thought about in May. It could be an idea coming back to you in your mind, or someone getting in contact with you. But this is definitely a change of cycle this week around work situations. I'm seeing the value going up in your relationships, where you realise how much, again, you've been focusing on something that hasn't really been working. Maybe you've been looking at when somebody's cheated on you, and you're more interested in what they're doing and their life and how they're going to work it out, because you're not focusing on you. And actually, you should be thinking about what you're doing, not what they're doing, because what they're doing isn't really going to have any effect on you. It doesn't have to. If somebody's gone off and cheated or left you, or they're having a relationship, why are you giving them any more energy if they've already taken from you? So consider that, where you invest your thoughts, or spend time dwelling on something that is just not happening right now. If somebody is with someone else and you're in love with them, or you want to be with them, you can't really do anything until they've finished with that person. It's not really going to go anywhere. You're either going to be the other person, or it's just not going to happen. Okay, so until someone's completely free, there's no point. I feel this is about changing a pattern. Again, a value. It's where you're investing your energy, because you're putting in too much, probably on the loss rather than the gain. All right, so turn that around. And this is, again, very, very important around your relationships. This is a new start this week. You can change this up. I feel there's new beginnings in love, if you want them, and I do see a phone call coming which is going to help you overcome a challenge in love or your relationships. It's more creative, it's giving you ideas, a more creative approach, a more inspirational feel around it, and suddenly you're going to realise that it's you that has control over your fulfillment and what you want, and you're the person that defines you, nobody else. What someone else does or how they've behaved really has no relevance in what you do. I mean, it doesn't have to affect you if you don't let it affect you. So this is an important week on where to shift the balance, to look in a new perspective, is to close something down, resolve it, and just change a pattern generally. And I think that everything else will be on the up. You need to think about what is fulfilling to you this week, what is going to give you what you need, and stop worrying about what everybody else does or how difficult something is. Look at how easily you could change that. Hello, Scorpios. Happy birthday. If some of you are still celebrating, we're coming to the end of the Scorpio time. So really, really enjoy this energy right now, because I feel the new moon is going to shine some wonderful gifts upon all of us. Now, I've talked about value with every single sign, and I think for you this is really important. Your instincts are going to lead you in one particular direction when money is concerned, but this is particularly about where you are pushing your efforts as well. I've said this to quite a few sun signs this week, and I think check out your moon sign and rising sign, because I think you're going to find that it really, really links up. This is where you communicate. This is how you communicate. I feel like this is how much effort you put into communicating something which isn't necessarily. Maybe you're trying too hard to justify something. Maybe this could be to do with work communications. Maybe you're in communications, maybe like I'm doing this now, it's to do with social media, getting your voice out there, and you're maybe pushing too hard or giving away too much than you need. Okay, I feel like you really need to be trusting this week where money is concerned, and really be instinctive. Get into that place of complete awareness every day where you are kind of in the moment, that there is no beginning, there is no there's no future, there's no past. You're completely in yourself, and whatever comes in, you deal with it as it comes in. Get yourself into that place of zero on a daily basis, on a moment to moment basis, because I think it's going to really, really help you clear away some kind of battle that's been going on that isn't really there. It's like you've created the battle. You've been very deep on an emotional level for the last few months. Things haven't been easy, okay, but they are getting better, and I feel like this has been a very, very slow journey, and you are coming to the end of it, and it's going to be lucrative. Ideas that come in on that spur of the moment that are given to you, almost like channeled from spirit, will be the ones that pay off, okay? Not the ones that you try too hard on, or you keep like selling yourself, or, you know, that's another thing, that communication. It's like pushing too hard and going, look at this, I want this, you know, you've got to want me, you know, that kind of thing, and getting into that. If I just push it out there, if I tell everybody about this, no, I feel like it has to come to you. You have got the skills. You have got what it needs to bring in the best income. Now, work-wise, again, it's the same thing. Stop putting so much effort in. Do what feels right at the time. What do you feel like doing? Trust that one thing is not going to bring you what you need necessarily. That it could be something that's just so inspirational you feel like doing, and it just suddenly pays off, and it's amazing. Sometimes when I put out reading offers, they just come in and they just work. But when I'm kind of looking for something and I think, what can I do? It doesn't pay off the same way. If I'm just right in the moment, it just kind of works and everybody grabs hold of it. Now, work-wise, I feel playful energy is important. The love for what you do and taking a risk for something you want to do, okay? Focus on what you're passionate about. Really focus on it, because I feel like something around Scorpio is cosseting them, is putting, the universe is putting a cloak of protection, and that what you want and what you have to, you know, what is needed and necessary for you to survive and get through is going to come in, and it's going to come in a big time, and it's going to come all at once. All these things that haven't been given to you will suddenly come back, maybe in a different way. There are some challenges to overcome still about movement, but I feel like that's getting quicker and quicker. Maybe there's a change you want to make in work, but things, just again, be loyal to yourself. Keep finishing things off. Spend the next 6 weeks or so just completing projects, getting everything right still. You know, you can still put stuff out there now because this is a good time to brand things, but keep going, but do it because you love it, not because you feel it's going to make you money. All right? Don't do work because it's just, you got to make money. Do it because you love it. I feel like you've got decisions to make this week, but sometimes you're trying too hard to decide between two things, and actually there isn't a decision to make. Just go with what you love. Be in that moment. It's really important this week. Now, in relationship wise, I think something is going to speed forwards very quickly. Somebody could suddenly just speak their truth to you, tell you how they feel. Something could be given to you on an inspirational level, which will help you overcome a relationship situation. There is male energy around this, so it could be somebody that you know, someone in the family, it could be a love relationship, it doesn't matter. It's a male energy is going to give you inspiration this week. Somebody that is going to tell you some honesty. Maybe they're going to point something out in you that will help you on your love path, or help you deal with love. Maybe it's somebody that's suddenly going to open up and give you the love you're looking for. Again, everything's very instinctive. It's very spiritual this week. It's very kind of like serendipitous. So really connect with that energy. Free yourself from looking at the details. I feel like the details will come to you, but you're looking too hard. You're trying to work too many things out. So separate yourself, expand, just be big. Just constantly be thinking about your biggest dream. You know, expand your ideas, expand your thinking, and just be free, be happy, be playful, because I feel like once you do that, you're going to get all that, the stress is going to disappear, and there's something that, you know, answers are coming this week just naturally, and you're going to get more than one option in love. Okay, so stop trying so hard, step back a little bit. Just focus on what you want to do in the moment, what's enjoyable, what's instinctive. Like this morning when I decided to do these, I just got up and did it. And the energy's just flowing. I have one thing I have to do this today, and I'm just going to take it one day, one moment at a time. I'm going because I want to pick up I'm going to a shop because I have to pick up something for a job, okay? And it's an opportunity to do it. and I'm just going to enjoy the journey and see what comes to me. And then after that, I will decide what I'm doing later. All right. So be a little bit more into that playful time. You know, if you want to have an idea, you want to push forwards with something, you know, write something down, or you want to write a book, or you want to do a painting or whatever, or you want to go for a walk, do it. Find some joy in it, because that's what's going to bring in what you want. Hello, Sagittarius. Now, it seems to be there's pound signs all over this board this week for everybody, because I think everything is about value and where you can gain more this week, and there are opportunities for everybody to gain. I feel like there's a situation which is linked to your money and finances, which is connected to your relationships, which I think was the same for Libra or Virgo. This is affecting your purse strings, okay? It could be somebody who is feeling down, who is overspending, who is linked to you, that is maybe using your energy more than you need, or you're putting in to them rather than yourself, or maybe you're just doing something that isn't making you happy and you're feeling down. You're in a relationship that's causing you anxiety, and that is affecting your money and your income, because when you're feeling down, everything, you know, your whole energy's down, and then you're not really flowing. So you're blocked somehow. But I feel like if you let go this week, you let go of whatever it is in a relationship, or something that you're doing around a relationship that's connected to your relationships. Maybe, again, it's too much effort. You're not putting enough value into yourself. This saying is take a rest. Things will start happening really fast, because there's going to be change this week around, you know, you can make the changes around your finances. It's going to be very instinctive. I think you're going to understand what you have to do. And I would just say, go for it, because the change will come in quick. There is expansion around your work. There's some fateful situations, particularly linked with younger people. So if you're working with children, if you are writing a children's book, if you're connected to children in some way, maybe it's a child that gives you an idea for some work. You know, there's some kind of link. It's a young energy. It could just be new work coming in, but I do see expansion. I'm seeing travel as well, and opportunities, new opportunities coming in around your work, but they're very fateful. So this is going to be a fateful work around your, you know, I feel that if you listen to your instincts, you're going to connect to this fateful energy even more. But there's some things there could be something that ends around your work, all right? That maybe there's a door closed, which opens up to expansion. So if you find that you are in a situation where you work, you know, something closes down, you lose your job, or, you know, let's not look at the worst, but if you are somebody that experiences that, because people are right now, then I do feel that it's going to open up more opportunities, and it's very fateful. So really, really let go of it. Don't worry, it's going to bring in something new. Maybe you're meant to be working in a lighter way. Maybe you're just in a really heavy situation that isn't been good for you. Again, it's the relationships around you that could be affecting your money, you know, all of this. Maybe it's the ending you have with a relationship, which opens up new work opportunities. You know, everything has a knock-on effect. There's definitely some male energy linked to your work situations this week, and fateful stuff, okay? So it could be an employer, it could be a new partner, I don't know, but it could be is this loyalty being shown though, okay? So someone has your back. So if you do find that you experience some kind of setback or loss, that I do think it's going to turn around, and I think you just need to lighten your energy and focus on something which is more youthful, okay? So it could be new ideas, again, ideas around younger people. Connecting with younger people is going to help you find work, okay? So think about that. It could be, you can put that into many, many things, but think young, fresh, new ideas, okay? Young children, fun, playful, that kind of thing. Relationship wise, I'm seeing more value, more positivity coming in. Again, it's going to connect with your money situation. I do see a commitment that could be made that could be of great value. If you go for what makes you happy, I think it's going to pay off in all areas of your life, okay? So if you're not happy with somebody, then think about making a change, or taking some action, or doing something about it to bring in the happiness. Maybe you've just got to be more positive. Maybe you've just been really down and you've been bringing everything down, you know, or it's somebody around you that is, and you just need to lighten the atmosphere. Honesty is important. I'm seeing an argument, or maybe a standoff where some truths are being told, and you will be pushed into it. I think it's going to, or the other person will. But whatever that is, or whoever says it, or whoever speaks their truth, or some honesty comes out, maybe something comes to light that is important. It's going to set you on a really, really good path upwards, you know, and it's going to be one that is it's more consistent and it's more valuable to you. All right. So again, whatever setbacks you have this week or any changes that happen, I feel what things that you're faced with that, you know, you realize this is having an effect on my whole life and my energy and everything like that. And my purse strings, you know, whatever happens, I feel this is for the good. So these changes are fateful things are coming in to help push you forwards because possibly you've asked for the help. Hello, Capricorn. So, I'm seeing a resolve or resolution happening around your money situation and finances. Something is going to come to an end. I feel like something that has upset you, maybe someone hasn't paid you back, or, you know, someone took something from you, or someone has let you down. Or some kind of closure or heartache is actually going to give you a step up. Okay, it's going to push you into a promotion, into a better place in your life, and I do feel you're going to get victory. So if you feel that maybe somebody you've been suffering from some heartbreak in a relationship and it's affected you financially, so you've had a breakup and suddenly you've lost money from it, or you've had a divorce and you've had to pay out more legally, or you've suffered a loss. I feel it's going to turn out in your favor this week and you're going to see the victory. There's either a promotion coming, which is going to give you more financial security, or you are going to, if somebody has left you and you thought that you were going to lose, I think you're going to gain. And I just feel like you are being given the opportunity to go for a dream, and a wish is being granted for you. So if you've asked for help, I feel that it's coming to you, and any sadness is going to be disappearing. So that's really cool. So I think that money is, again, for you, like some other signs, it's linked to your finances, your relationships, and but for you it is to do with some sadness around a relationship or somebody who has really hurt you or let you down, and I'm talking like the stab in the back kind of thing, maybe someone's gone off with someone else, that kind of thing, but actually it's going to pay off. It's the best thing that could have happened to you. So that's what you're going to find out this week. It's really important. Now, work-wise, I feel anything to do with family, family relations, something you're doing as a family business is going to be great. It's going to be easier for you. That's what I feel. It's almost like if you work with your family, as a whole, if you are working more as a team, it's going to work out. Okay. Any team-based work is going to be great. It's going to be really inspirational this week. And if I feel like there's a sense of independence here, which is coming through so strongly that you can quite easily work as a team. Now, this is where I say you're taking independence to a high level, because it means that you can quite happily work with people or without people. Okay, it's not like a competition. There's no ego involved. You're so strong in yourself and you're so focused and you really understand yourself so much and what you want in your work and where your work is going, and you trust something so explicitly that you're quite happy to share it. So there's going to be this real kind of abundance feel around work this week. I'm loving it. And you're just really in your space, you're really listening and trusting to yourself. And I'm seeing lots of new beginnings coming in. So anything that you've been suffering from, I think this week is going to be just work out beautifully for you. And as far as relationships are concerned, I'm seeing a whole new perspective. Someone is going to get a call who is a Capricorn, and they're going to realize how expansive a situation has become for you. And I'm just getting someone on the phone who's in tears, who is suddenly giving you either a new perspective of things in the realization that you realize that actually they're more upset than you were and they've suffered a lot more than you, or that they've got a new perspective and they've come to their senses. Okay, this is it could be someone from far away overseas that contacts you, But I do see new horizons coming from it. It's going to be important. It could be communication that you haven't had for a long time from somebody that suddenly comes through. So like I said, it's like this victory where you felt let down. Suddenly everything turns around for you this week. And I just feel like luck is on your side. There's better management in relationships. Things just feel more karmically lucky, although you've been doubting that. I think you've been doubting if things have been going against you. But I think, again, there's this sense of feeling heartache from something, or other people around you feeling heartache, but it's kind of working out. So don't stress, all right? There could be a Virgo around you that's stressing at the moment, or an earth sign who has been stressing. Or could be ill even, but I do see, again, things turning around and new beginnings coming, all right? So you have got the ability to manage things. This is where I feel that sometimes you doubt that you're the one that can do it, but actually you can. And I do see, again, this is an opportunity this week to really go for what you want and trust your instincts, and just it's like, again, it's like working on your own but working together. You're just like really in the flow, really balanced. It's a great feeling. This is a very, very victorious week for you. Hello, Aquarius. So there is definitely a step up where finance is concerned this week, and it's coming from inspiration and creativity. If you start focusing on what you really wish for and you really want and stop pushing it aside, I feel like you are going to see a turnaround in events this week on a financial level. I feel like karma is paying you back and things are going to start moving forwards very, very quickly. Now, a situation that's been very slow could suddenly take off, and I am seeing Virgo energy around this, but this could be to do with being more grounded and just things being more certain and just more secure for you on a financial level. But you could receive a promotion which brings more money. But I feel like this is an idea. It's like your ideas are stepping up. Everything is lifting. Your motivation is coming back. You're just feeling more inspired about things. There seems to be more loyalty around you, around work situations as well, but you're starting to listen to yourself more as well. This is really called for. So it could be that the fact that you're not thinking about what you really want, that is what's been holding you back, or you've been thinking about other people and making everything right for them. But the change is happening this week. You're a very humanitarian sign. So of course you're going to think about the whole, but this is about thinking about what your wishes are this week and being really honest with yourself. And when you do that, I just think that work situations, money situations are going to turn around for you and everything's going to pay off. There's definitely a new beginning here. Things have been held up because you haven't been focusing in the right way, and maybe you haven't believed in yourself, that kind of thing. Maybe you've been focusing your energies in the wrong direction. Relationships, I feel like they've been a battle. Maybe in love, you've been dealing with a situation that just hasn't been working out. But I feel like something is returning to you this week where you can deal with it. And when you deal with it and you find what I call a cut-off point or an ending, or find some kind of resolve, because you realise what it is that you really want, and you realise what matches you and what isn't really doing you any good. Even though you may be saying, well, I'm taking it or leaving it and everything's fine, and I'm quite happy if they come and go because, I just quite enjoy the energy at the time. Really, you're not doing yourself any favours, because you're just letting them come in and out and use you and abuse you. But what you really want, and what you're saying out loud, is you want a relationship. Well, that isn't a relationship, what someone is doing. And I just kind of feel like you're suddenly awakening to the fact that this isn't really matching what you've asked for, but you're taking action because it's there and because it's enjoyable at the time, but it's not really serving you any purpose. So making an ending, calling a halt on a battle, which is really, what the situation is, even if you're not arguing, you're battling it, is going to bring the change. And I'm seeing a shift possibly around a home situation. Maybe you are moving home, maybe you're waiting for someone to call about some kind of paperwork, and again, this affects you financially. Everything is linked, remember, everything abundantly. I feel like there's a Pisces involved somewhere here. It could be that this is a sign that you're going to move house around that time, which is February, March time, that everything is going to be resolved and you've got an exact date. There's definitely a new perspective on everything this week. And if you suddenly if you can see that the loyalty to yourself and what you really want and your biggest dreams are important, and although you might say, well, I don't really know what they are, all I want to do is be happy. It's like, well, what makes you happy? Stop avoiding the issue. and start getting to the nitty gritty, guys, right? Because this is what is going to lead you forwards. This is what's going to take you forwards. This is what's going to change everything. This is going to release you from a fight that you've been fighting for a while now, or a struggle you've been in. Something is coming back this week to help you deal with it, all right? Somebody, this is the time to find resolve and start doing what matches you, what is right for you. Hello, Pisces. So for you, God, I mean, every sign this week has got money signs on. So definitely listen to your rising sign and your moon sign, because I think it's going to give you a little bit more of an in-depth reading, okay, and a better look at things. Because I think it will kind of link up this week really, really well. And do check out the main reading too, because this is all about value this week. And for you, I feel that there's a definite gain. There's going to be more money in your pocket, more money to serve you, to bring more security into your life. I feel to do with a home situation. Maybe it's decorating or building an extension. Suddenly things start moving again for you, because I feel like a goal is being reached. You could just get some money back on investment or have a win like some other signs here. I get the sense that you're going to be able to sit back a little bit this week and relax a bit, or have some enjoyment, or do something more creative, have a bit more fun with some money. So whatever's coming in extra is going to give you an opportunity to go out or do something. Obviously there are restrictions around, so obviously where it's limited, it's where you can, but maybe you can throw some money at a night, you know, a meal out if that's possible, or you can buy in the best produce to have a wonderful time at home, or throw a party. I don't know, but there's this sense that you can have a little bit of quality this week, that something is paying off, and you've got a little bit of extra in your pocket to have some fun. I am seeing expansion of work, but there is some stress here, but it's to do with somebody pushing you. I feel some kind of temptation being dangled at you, and it's causing you stress. It could be a really tempting offer, but for some reason you don't want to do it, or maybe it's just too much work because you're already stressed, or you're not in the right position to be making a decision right now, because everything's just, you know, has been really stressful and you're just really, really tired. So it could be that a lot of things are being offered to you, but you don't know what to do, and that's causing you a headache, or you actually are feeling under the weather. I feel like stress could cause you less health benefits, all right? So be aware of that. Don't take on too much. You could feel that, you know, it could be like that feeling of like, oh, well, if I do this, I'm going to get more money. You know, if I do that, oh, it's really tempting. Oh my God, this is great offer, but you're really exhausted. So be aware of that, because I think that if you don't take the rest, you could end up being unwell, and you don't need to do that. And then you won't be able to enjoy all these wonderful things. Like I said, I think something's going to pay off anyway. So don't allow the money to lead you, if that makes sense. I think something's going to come back where you can relax. There is more control here, or they're saying you've got the control. So decide, is this really what you want and you love, or is it just because it's going to give you an extra bit of money in your pocket and you haven't seen those dividends yet? You might not get that little bit of fortune or rise until the end of the week. You know, at this point you might be just really stressing about it all and what's going to happen to your job. But I do feel it's going to pay off, all right? So just relax a little bit. Don't do any more than you have to. Remember your value. If you've got to put an end to something, do it, you know, end a cycle, because that could be a cause of stress. But I feel like it's making you unwell. Whatever it is, you're either worried about it, or you're doing too much of something, or you're feeling drawn into something. Think expansion, all right? I feel like by kind of to be honest, it's now mid-November to mid-December. It's about peace. It's about finding some peace of mind and finding really, really focusing on balance of things. Your relationships, I feel there's a decision to make. There could be a commitment that's made. Again, it's just wonderful. The energy around it is lovely, and it's really, really fast moving as well. You could meet somebody and just suddenly fall in love, and that's it, you know, and it's your soulmate this week. I'm seeing that patience will pay off. There's loyalty around you, and again, there's a lot of value around you, but again, you've got to be loyal to yourself first. don't be afraid of being on your own or being independent of your choice, because I don't think you'll be alone for long. You know, this isn't just because you decide something doesn't mean everyone's going to leave you, okay? Just be aware of that. Again, this is about valuing who you are and that your opinions are important and what you want as well in your relationships, because that's going to, again, up your value. Again, somebody could be tempting something around you at work. It could be a relationship around work that is like, it's, you know, it's just causing you too much stress. Be aware of that, because that, again, that's all about value. There's positivity around you. There's positivity coming in. Happiness. It is ahead of you. So just make sure you know what you're worth. Okay, that's all I'm going to say, is really put a high price on yourself, because it is going to pay off more ways than you think. So thanks for listening, everybody. If you want a private reading, just go to my website, and please remember to like, share and subscribe. Bye for now.